All right. Round two, everybody. Round two. We are back. Having some technical problems here on Rumble tonight. I don't know if it's going to happen again, so let's hope not. We had 17 awesome people in here before. I hope we can get back there. I'm not going to go through all the links and at this and at that and everyone's, you know, people who wanted to be here were here already. And if you guys would like to help us out, tagging and sharing. That would be great. We got Kim back here. Okay, Kim, I'm gonna. It's not looking good, guys. Not looking good. Yeah, it's not looking good. We got Johnny coming up with us too. I want to click. I want to try to send the link to Bean, but I don't know if he's gonna see it. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, what's going on there?
A whole hell of a lot of glitching happening tonight. I don't know if like you're gonna get booted with us probably every 5 minutes. We're getting booted for some reason.
Look at here now, there, boy. I got some beef cooking now. I'm gonna be a carnivore right now.
Oh, are you like jambalaya? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that the accent? I mean,
Beef's all I need there, brother.
the deep south. Some beef, huh? Just eating the beef.
Mm-mm. Superfood.
Yeah. Do you what about what do you how do you feel about like spices and herbs and things? I mean, like herbs, I like herbs because they're flavorful and they have healthy like they have like medical benefits. I don't know about spices though. I know that like, you got salt and pepper are good for you for certain things for certain reasons. But
I
salsa
like,
verde,
I like the
okay.
green one
That's
there,
what's up.
man.
The
Woo! I
green,
like that
okay.
green salsa whaling.
Okay, so what is someone like you? I feel like you eat pretty healthy, probably, probably similar to mine or better diet. What does somebody like you indulge in? Like, what is your indulgence?
Bro, I love honey, bro. Look at this. I got a jar full of honey right here. And we're gonna go. This ain't honey. It looks like
I
honey.
was saying that doesn't look like honey.
This is vinegar, but I got the honey right here. You know, I was just noticing how funny is this? All three of these are the same. Look now look. Which one is this? Because they're all in the same bottle. They all kind of look the same kind of color.
Olive. I don't know what the darker one is.
That one's honey,
Oh, okay.
and then this one.
That looks like
Sesame
oil.
oil. Oh, brother, I was putting this on the popcorn last night. Oh, ho, ho.
Olive
Waylon.
oil. Somebody put some
Woo.
soul into Johnny Paradise. I was gonna call you Johnny Mnemonic for a minute. I don't know if anyone gets that reference,
I
but
like Johnny Genocide. Yeah, we're gonna talk about what they're
oh,
doing.
Johnny Genocide. Okay, that's better than Johnny Holocaust. Okay, all right. Well, today's topic though, like let's weave it in because I think I'm pretty good at this. We can weave it in. So we're talking about fulfillment and indulgence in a way that like we've talked about vices before. We've talked about addiction before. So we're trying to veer away from that, and I want to talk about how adults can be confused on what brings you purpose, and sometimes that is indulging and going out to have fun. You think that's bringing you purpose. I think that's not true, but I also think it's important for us to go and let loose once in a while and have some fun. And so we're just kind of having that conversation, but we've been booted like at least 25 times now. I'm hoping it doesn't happen again. I'm not touching anything on the screen, you guys. If you're watching out there, you're watching. I hope you come back, but I'm not going to any platform to hit anything right now, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. I can't imagine what happens with the big dogs, with the big podcasters who are live. Like, what happens when they have these problems, like when they're just not fixable? I've never once seen one of the big podcasts that I watch have issues like this. I feel like the little guys have so many more problems with these platforms. Anyway, well, with that being said, social media can be an indulgence, but it can also be a tool. You just have to be careful on like which way, like how much you use it. I think it's warping our brains, right? Johnny came in here like he's been watching too many videos about cooking jambalaya or something.
Listen here, I want to tell you something here. I like soy sauce, and I cannot lie.
Okay.
This is a good one to get organic, Waylon, because we've seen high levels of glyphosate in the soy sauce when it's not organic. You
Uh,
don't want to be eating no glyphosate now. You
I
want
wonder if that's why I get a sentence in. Rumble. What the fuck? That's why we're doing dabs today on the show, because I'm at no fucks given at this point because Rumble. I don't know what to do about this.
Did you report it?
As much as I can, but I can't really. I mean, I guess I can click things because it's doing it to us regardless. But I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. Reporting it's not going to do any good. I don't think.
Yo, we back. We back with the quickeness. You better get with us trying to eat some beef and cheese.
We're just trying to break bread over here, and Rumble wants. What the heck is going on?
It's laughable.
It's I don't know. It's gonna pretty soon. I'm just gonna do this dab, and we're gonna leave because I can't have a show like this. Can't have a show like this. I'm going to indulge myself to release a little bit of the steam, if you will. Wow.
Mercury's retrograde.
I'm gonna email.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
Yeah, you want to use your StreamYard?
Yeah, we come to my StreamYard, and we'll have the party crackalack in there, and man, we can talk about all the good stuff indulging in it. Fruit trees, chicken, and trying not to get genocided.
You just made me think of indulgence when it comes to fruit. There's a whole diet, the fruit diet, the juice diet, the cleansing. Like they say, it's a cleanse, but it's a lot of sugar. But I guess some fruits are good at like cleansing too. But anyway, I could email them, but I don't know that that's going to even help me. Um, Rumble support. Rumble support
Has
team.
it ever been this bad, or is it just tonight?
No, this is some kind of current issue that I've never had happen.
It's so weird that it just fixes you. We just have to refresh and
Yeah.
how are all these viewers there? Because I would think we would lose all the viewers. But is it like
No, they can't comment, or a lot of people cannot comment on Rumble either because it just isn't coming up. And then I can't comment on Rumble, or it boots me. Connect. Okay, I'm gonna send them an email anyway. I don't know if I want to do all that, Johnny. I can only share 2 destinations if we do that. I guess I could share Rumble and Facebook if we do it that way. That's where the most people are.
yeah,
Just have a show.
right on. I mean, it doesn't play super well with Rumble. So I think we'll have the extra step of doing a custom RMTP feed. You ever do that before?
Yeah. I've actually got one, like a permanent. Actually, I think I have a button on mine instead of custom feed. I did that many times though. I can do it if I have to. I just don't know if it's even worth it at this point. I'm feeling so defeated. Actually, it's not. I don't even feel that bad. It's just like it's not my problem. At least it's not something I did. I feel good about that. You know.
Well, here's
Um,
the thing, Waylon. Let me tell you something. I've been wanting to do like a more longer stream, something more analogous to what you're doing, more like of a. Because usually I just do my one-off podcast. I do for 40 minutes or an hour. But I've been wanting to do the kind of this panel concept where we're, uh, dude. I'm happy tonight to do just keep the conversation going like it's been going. But
we can talk about whatever we want now because it
to
doesn't
like where
matter.
I'm like kind of like playing these little, doing like a watch party, showing
Yeah.
these videos that are just so freaking crazy about how we're getting genocided.
Do you think there would be any issue with copyright claims on some of those videos, music and stuff? Because if so, you could do like a private community place, kind of like locals, where we do watch parties there all the time, and
Bro, I
there's
don't
no
even care.
issue.
You know why I don't care? Here's why I don't care. YouTube already sucks.
Hmm.
So they already
I'm with
sucks
you on
because they
that.
don't want to talk about real science. And they're the ones that
I'm
love talking about copyright claims, right?
right. Hey, Bean.
So my audience is on Twitter, and I don't think they're worried about copyrights there as much for some reason. But I don't think it would run afoul of copyrights technically, though YouTube might pitch a fit because they're just a bunch of hypersensitive little
Hmm.
snitches.
No, I totally agree. I don't care about YouTube or Twitch or I mean, I care about the people that I have met and like the groups of people that I've connected with on Facebook. But that's all I care about over there. There is I will give Facebook actually two things. I hate to give them credit for the Facebook dating because it's also like a cesspool, but it's a free dating app within their app, which makes a lot of sense from their perspective. Imagine if X had a dating app inside of it, there'd be people would spend more time there in general. And we're booted again. Jeez, this time I got a few sentences in that time. That's good. I'm over here still trying to write the email to tell them. Anyway, the other thing Facebook I like on Facebook is the events. They actually have this events tab where you can look at like local events around your area and actually get out of the house and go and like check out different things happening. And I like that. But other than that, they can suck an egg.
I'm indulging in my green verde sauce there, Waylon. I love it. Good to the last drop.
Not me again. Just leaving me alone again. I keep looking down and then it gets quiet. I'm like, oh, it's just me.
I know it's crazy.
I went ahead and finished the email, so I don't think right now. But I will tell you this: I email Rumble support team, and they get back to me. They actually will, rectify issues. And so, what's up?
Last week during your people in the boxes, I was commenting and they were going through. And then I commented, I was trying to be funny and I said something that was like a little off color. I thought I shouldn't have said it, but I hit send anyway. And then when I looked, it didn't go through. And I'm like, did I just get censored? And then I tried to comment again and my comments just weren't going through. So I was like, I guess I got flagged, I guess. And then again,
Well,
I came back this week and they weren't working still.
there's a couple things happening always that are always happening at Rumble. One is they're always updating and trying to build, they're trying to grow. Because if you think about the number of servers that YouTube has that owns versus the number of servers Rumble owns, it's probably like a small percentage of that. So Rumble's trying to build their infrastructure still, although that's probably like a never-ending battle. So you'll have glitches from that. But the other thing is Rumble, I'm sure, is getting like attacked, like hackers and like digital attacks nonstop, because there's a lot of powers that be out there that do not want a thing like Rumble to exist. I even look at X censors more than Rumble does, and so there's really nowhere as good. What Dean?
Oh no, I was just agreeing. Yeah.
Well, that's why I pulled my dab rig out, because I'm saying fuck it, and I'm just gonna hopefully get a dab in with you guys. I don't know if I want to make Johnny set up the StreamYard and stuff. I feel like it's almost pointless at this point. I don't know why I feel like that. I don't mean to sound that negative about it, but it's also like we kind of ruined the whole beginning of the show already, and
Oh, you sad sour slop.
I
Sour
know it. I know it. Well, I'm not really. It's funny because you guys, some people that have been watching me long enough know when I'm pissed off about something, or I feel like it's not going well. I don't. It's hard for me not to show it, you know. But today, I don't feel like that. I just feel kind of like blah about this issue.
Well, here's the thing, Waylon.
Blah, you know.
Waylon.
Yeah.
You can play
Is there
code.
somebody in here just on a microphone?
Say again.
Is there somebody in here just on a microphone, or is there somebody in here?
Yeah, Johnny was talking. You might not have heard him. I might be able to turn him up.
No, I heard a voice. I just didn't know.
You can't see him?
No.
He's on the screen.
Oh, I
I got
only see
mango.
you.
I'm eating a great mango.
You don't see him on the screen?
No, I only see you two.
Wow. He's over there eating his heart out. Mangoes and he's eating ground beef and salsa verde. He's about to start rubbing it on his nipples and shit. I don't know. It's crazy. It's the best I've ever seen Johnny on any podcast. The most like let loose, fun, funny, and then here we are. It's just a wash. It's just a ruined waste of our night. But I tell you what, though, I'm so conflicted because obviously it's a Rumble issue, but Rumble is actually putting their money where their mouth is, and they're paying creators who put the time and effort in. And I had I think, just to toot my own horn a little bit, we have almost 300 hours watched in this month, so that's pretty good.
And there they go.
But yeah, well, what about this? Throw me out.
Gonna say something nice while I watch this shit.
Really get me an up and down here. Gosh, you got this, buddy. Thanks, Jeff. But I don't think I can fix it. There's nothing I can do about it. But I'm
Think
going
we're
to do a
doing
dab.
good? Well, let me knock us down a peg or two.
Right. Well, I'm doing a dab. I try not to do as much, because I save it for the after show. But you know what? I don't know if I can even do an after show tonight, because it might not work either. Although local seems to be working fine as far as comments, but not. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. But anyway, indulgence and fulfillment. Honestly, I've talked about this a bunch. We talked about it earlier. Let me try to get something out before we get booted again. If you feel like your life is like meaningless, you're allowed to create your.
Yeah, what did he say?
Yeah, right as I'm saying something good here.
Yeah.
You're allowed.
You're not allowed to do nothing.
Definitely not allowed to speak. That's for sure.
You're not allowed to do shit.
I was gonna say you're allowed to create your own meaning in life. Was what I was gonna say. No, but like, come up with your own goals in life, and then once you have it, then you can work towards it. And working towards anything makes you feel more fulfilled. Remember when you were in school? And look, nobody likes homework. I mean, maybe there were some kids, but if you actually got it done for a change, you felt pretty fucking good, right? You felt
Yeah.
real good for a few little bit. You're like, I got that assignment done before the weekend or whatever, you know.
You could even watch that when kids are learning. They hate to do the reading, but once they figure out the word or they get the math problem right, even though they hated doing the work, their face lights up when they learn the word. You know what I mean? They sit there and struggle and they hate it, but right when they get the word, oh, it's like they just won a prize. Like, I thought you hated reading. Why'd you get so excited? Because
It's
either way,
like
the reward is worth it.
feeling of accomplishment, right?
Yeah.
Now, like, I get there's a negative side of this, and I don't. When I say you can make your own meaning, like, yeah, somebody that can decide they want to go murder people and decide that's what their meaning in life is. But honestly, that's between you and your God, you know, the Lord. Like, what, like, if you get caught and get arrested or get killed because you're doing evil, that's on you. But honestly, evil is so subjective. Like, I could talk to someone in within a different religion, and we could be discussing what's evil and what's not. It could be totally different. And so that's, you know, morality is another conversation. But having meaning, having a goal, having a like a purpose that you want to work towards, that gives you that sort of, it kind of relieves that anxiety of like aimlessness. And I was talking to Kim earlier in the first round. I have nephews and nieces that are just aimless in life. They have like no, you know, and indulgence is like all they have. Like, okay, well, let me get that next meal that's tasty at the burger place, you know, or whatever. Like, let me look at that next fast food meal or that next six pack, you know.
Yeah.
Cannabis is a huge indulgence. Cannabis is a can be a major problem for a lot of people if you can't get things done, you know. And obviously, it sounds a lot like vices. So I'm gonna look that up. I wanted to, but I'm afraid to click anything. Um, I wanted to look up the difference in the meaning of each word because a vice is like an addiction, but those are again those are two different words. So I'd have to look up those two. But indulgence is different. Like, you can indulge in something without being addicted, and you can indulge in something that's not a negative. Like, say I might go to the water park, you know, oh, that's
Yeah.
because I want to go have some fun or something.
Because it's
That's an indulgence.
overindulgence that becomes a negative.
Elisa, hi.
What's up?
You came for the roller coaster.
Yep.
Boop, 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 boop. You just get ready with your mouse.
All right.
So if you want, give us your take because again we're getting booted a lot. So do you have a? I saw you had some opinions in the chat there.
I don't know if when you look at every day as a gift, then it makes you more fulfilled.
That's an interesting point. That's kind of coming at it from the other direction because I was talking about a goal or a future, sort of like a thing to look forward to or to shoot towards. But you're talking about almost bringing it up from the rear and saying, "Hey, we're here, we're breathing, sun's shining, you know, we're live. Let's enjoy it. Let's appreciate it, right?" But then what though? Do you
There's
feel
no
like,
promise tomorrow.
yeah, well, that's true. That's kind of what I thought about with my future goals is like, well, I may never actually get to what I am envisioning, but just having it and like having a direction to move towards, I think is like that kind of leaves the rest, you know, you just kind of, you know, the rest, it doesn't matter whether you make it to that point or not. I mean, it might be sad, like, oh no, I almost got there, like, you know, right as you're dying or something. But it's like still having a plan is good.
Yeah, it's never too late to dream. A dream or a goal, kind of the same thing.
True. I would say,
You dream to do your goal, so
right, like the goal is to get to your dream, or the goal is to
you're
accomplish your
getting
dream or
it.
whatever. Yeah, and for me, like I have this dream or this sort of vision of what I want Maccabee's Live Market to be, but and my goals are like small and big goals, like all different ranging sizes of goals to get to that dream or get to that point. And I think you can feel fulfilled on your way to those goals, right? I'm not when I say having a purpose and having goals, I'm not saying that you have to reach them to feel fulfilled. I think to Lisa May's point, you can feel fulfilled just by being appreciative of what you have, but also fulfillment comes in and like just knowing what you're going to do next. Like people sometimes are just like like there's a lot of anxiety and like living paycheck to paycheck, having that month to month like worry, and we all have that. A lot of people at least have that. But having like I might still live paycheck to paycheck, but I still have this sort of like in the back of my mind this like in this point down the road where I'm trying to get to. So it kind of it does make it lighter. It makes it a little bit easier to get through that month to month. You know, if I'm always moving an inch forward towards that whatever that dream,
And
it
then
just
you
kind of
get
makes
up
it
every day with able to do a do-over. So you gotta learn
right.
from it,
We're
try
blessed
better.
to be able to try it again every day, right?
Hmm.
I like to say, I think it's a really weird concept where people have this New Year's resolution, but they also are really like annoyed about Mondays. like why? How is that like so opposite? Like you think you could be the same attitude about Monday, like hey, it's a new week, it's time to get it again. Let's do something new. Let's try to make our goals. And then, but yet most people are like, oh, it's fucking Monday. Monday again. And it's weird because if we had a 4 day weekend, at some point you'd be used to that enough that you would still be like, it's fucking Monday, you know, and you'd just be. It's kind of sad, but also funny because you can also think about that every day. You can be like, well, it's a new day. To your point, Elisa, I'm breathing. I'm awake. You know, like it's I got things that I can do. It doesn't even have to be fun things. And Bean and I were talking about like having fun as an adult, and sometimes fun is going to cut into your responsibilities, and then what does that do? That's going to give you anxiety and cause stress, and it may not cause depression, but definitely definitely will cause you to feel stressed if you're not getting your work done because you're spending too much time whatever drinking or smoking pot or whatever it is. You know, playing video games. And then, you know what's so funny? I was talking to my mom about this earlier, and think about before we had TV, you know, like, or even before the radio, like, all you had was time to take care of things. Like, you had, if you had a house, all you had was time to get that repair done, get that project done, weave your own basket, work on, like, making your own stuff. Little House on the Prairie style, you know, or even further back, tribal days or whatever. The Native Americans building your own, teepee. But all of that stuff has slowly become well. It's too hard to do all that on your own. So then, industrialization has made it easier and easier, and then you have specialization where it's become like very niche jobs. Like, hey, you have a carpenter, but then there's like this type of carpenter, there's a guy that just does concrete, there's a guy that just does painting. And it's sort of like the pendulum has swung so far to where now we can't even get away from entertainment all day. We have it in our pockets, we have it in our hand, we have TV all the time. Like imagine what would have happened in this old settler days if they suddenly had TV out of nowhere. It's like they were able to stare at the box for hours a day. Like the cows weren't getting fed, the fucking whatever
Yeah,
wasn't
they got
happening. Like
nothing done.
yeah, nothing would have got done. Like us, people talk
Yeah,
about
they
us being
needed
lazy,
hands on deck.
huh?
They needed all hands on deck. Everybody had a
Hmm.
job. Everybody had to pull their own weight.
I think there is something to having your phone playing playing something Like while I'm out in the yard, I might have my phone playing with like music or maybe a podcast next to me. And while I might be in entertainment mode, I'm also working while I'm doing that. And I think in the future when they have the like more AR style or AI, not AR, was it you got VR and you got yeah, AR, augmented reality. The goggles like we talked about a few weeks ago, where it's like you have like regular goggles on, you're looking at the room, but you can like place things in the room all of a sudden now and have like digital stuff happening like we talked about it before, but imagine having that, but instead of it helping you work and giving you like ching when you get your job done and stuff, we talked about that. Instead of that, I can imagine it having like a TV in your view, like it's kind of the MetaQuest does this. I don't know if you've messed around with that being where you have the window, the windows in front of you. You can make them different sizes and make them push them further away and make them smaller.
Yeah.
So you could have a TV sort of in your view, watching something. Oh, let's say informational, just for this purposes of this analogy. But I could see that being a cool thing where you're working, you're doing physical labor, you're exercising, but you can also have the entertainment right there. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that combining the two? Is it not good for us? Having Are we really not paying full attention to work if we're constantly also listening to something or what? Have you ever had a job being where you could
I
listen to
think
something?
something going that far isn't really good for us because I just think it's something that just happened to me. I think it was just yesterday.
Oh,
I'm playing the Oculus, so like I'm in the VR doing my like playing a game, and it was earlier in the day, and then hours go by since I'm playing it, and then I'm out. I go. You ever have one of them moments where you walk into another room and you forget what you were doing, and then like I walked out into the
yep,
kitchen, forgot what I was
me too.
doing, walked back into the dining room, looked over at the table, and my brain looked at the like I looked at the table, my brain like registered everything, and like the thoughts that went through my head was I know I wanted to interact with one of the functions here. So like I was thinking in a VR state of mind. Like I
Hmm.
wanted to interact with something that was on the table. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like thinking in real life terms. I was thinking in VR terms. And if I would think that like if you're doing everything in augmented reality, I think you're gonna fuzz the lines a little too much.
That's a good call. I think it would make things it would trick your brain a little bit, and it did that for me or for a while with VR when I first played it. When you took it off, it felt really really weird just to walk through your house.
Yeah.
For you,
Like,
probably even more because you're sitting down. Like for me, I'm mostly standing in one place, kind of like turning around, maybe a step here and a step there, but not actually getting to walk, and so
yeah.
then I took it off after the first few uses and stuff. It felt like that. But you know what? I've had that in real life as well. Have you ever driven a forklift? You've driven a forklift, right?
Yeah.
One fell on your freaking head or whatever. I don't know if you ever drove it though. Maybe you're just the guy walking next to it. But anyway, forklift, you have this little. It's like where your turn signal would be in a vehicle. This little lever, not every forklift, but the one I drove for many hours at this job had this little lever. So I get into my car and freaking use my turn signal, thinking that's gonna make my car go, and it's really just you spend so
Yeah.
many hours doing something one way, and then you go and try and step in a, a different environment, but similar, and it's like, oh, nothing is where it should be. It's like when I go to your house and it's like I have no idea where anything is, but it's still a house
Do
anyway.
you
I don't
even
know.
have a bathroom?
Right? Like, where is it? Is it this tiny closet? It's clearly not a. Uh, but yeah, I think letting off steam, and there's been a lot of conversations on. I think we might have even talked about burnout and all that. I think it's important to have let loose every now and then, indulge yourself. I think, but was it always like I try to imagine like us, the Little House on the Prairie. I mean, we could go back further, but I just imagine like what do you think they indulged on? You know, like was there even such like a concept?
Well, they show it in some ways on the show, like their little candies or whatever, or like it's just small things, like
It'd be
because they
smaller
didn't have
things, yeah.
much. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a whole lot that they could indulge in. Like they had like little treat every now and then, or you know,
A lot of
yeah,
sex,
Give them a dress.
yeah,
making a lot of
yeah,
kids.
exactly.
Yep.
You know, my dad was born in 1924, and he was born in Dallas, Fort Worth, which was a bigger city back then, but it wasn't like it is now. And they were windmill manufacturers. And so his dad, my grandfather, moved to West Texas, bought a ranch and all that over in West Texas, and moved the Axtel operation that way. And so dad grew up in the Depression era, and he came from a very wealthy, influential family. But even back then, like, I don't know, people didn't indulge like we do now. There just wasn't an availability of stuff. I remember when I was a kid, you could only get cotton candy at the fair. And now you can walk into a gas station and they sell that stuff. So the stuff that was like special,
Hmm.
what indulgences are, special things that you only get every once in a while, like are available all the time now because people like them. And, I don't know. I just think that it's no longer special once the availability of it.
Abundance, yeah.
We
Yeah.
Well,
got
think
too
about.
spoiled.
Go ahead, Lisa.
See, we got too spoiled.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, Kim, like you were talking about the fair, like think about like most towns have like their annual like fair kind of thing. Around here anyway, we got a lot of like small towns that have their annual fair. But then there's like a whole bunch more. And now that I'm going to these events that are vendor events, those are becoming super prevalent now. All this whole area that have these vendor events where there might be like 100 different vendors, food trucks everywhere. So you're getting that carnival fair food like almost anytime you want it anywhere. And
Yeah.
that's not even having to, and that's not even saying the stuff that's in the grocery store where you could buy like, stuff to make that stuff, like say like an elephant ear. You guys ever had the elephant ear? Ah, elephant ear.
No, I can't say I've had that.
No, it's like it's basically just a big thing of dough, fried dough with like
Funnel cake.
powdered sugar on it. What, Elisa? You know what it is?
Funnel cake is the same thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know what the difference is, but there is a difference, I'm sure. Um, anyway.
Yeah. I think we've got to the point now that there's so much to do that we've gotten we gotten bored with it all. Like you're just bored with everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's not special.
yeah. Like my son comes out and he's like, "I'm bored." I'm like, you got everything, and like you don't know what it means to be bored. Like we live in a time past boredom. Uh
I said hi on the live stream on Rumble, and I just booted 2 people. I didn't get booted though this time.
oh.
I don't know if I did that, but it just happened right at the same time I hit enter.
But yeah,
Wow.
like you live in a time past boredom. Like I don't know what, like, but I guess like it is. Like y'all are making like good points. Like there's so much that it is like boring. Like there is nothing special. There's no allure to any of it anymore. Like there used to be. It used to be like every now and then you get this treat, so it is like worth
Hmm.
having. But if you get it every day, the candy aisles are packed with everything you can think of for $1 a pack.
You couldn't even
Right?
try it all. Like you like it's
Yeah.
just
And a lot,
Every soda you could think of, every flavor, like yeah,
and a lot of those candies you could only used to could only get like at the movie theater,
right.
and now it's like, I don't know.
And
I
it's
mean,
We're
even
just
before that in the 20s, would you get like a chocolate bar or a gumdrop? You know what I mean? That was your two like ends of the spectrum.
do you remember this commercial? I think it was an insurance commercial or something, but it was like a Wild West household, and it was somebody's birthday, and he's like, you get a lick of the family lollipop. They look over to the they look over to the like fireplace, and above the fireplace there's a jar with one sucker sitting inside of it, and like they each get a lick once a year. Wow, like that's probably a little extreme, but yeah, they'd have like toffee candies, and like there'd be penny candies, and there's, but even let's for fun and for fun's sake, let's go back even before that. I think the indulgence that people had, say, in tribal days, and there's tribes out there in the world now, they challenged themselves physically, and like they would have that time. I didn't do nothing, didn't do shit that time. But they'd have like there were games like Native Americans had like the horse game where they would have like a thing they'd have to, I don't know, it wasn't really a ball, but it was like a I think it was stomachs or skins or something tied
It throw
together.
through the hole.
Yeah, they had different things like that. And so like I think the word game I think has been around a long time. So think about like Romans, the indulgence. Hey, let's go to the Colosseum. And even then they had like sweets. Cakes, think of who was the queen, the famous, was like, let them eat cake. Queen Elizabeth, was it?
Is
Anyway,
everybody in through using the app, or like, are y'all on the computer?
I'm on the
Because I haven't
computer.
gotten picked once.
Don't, you better. I
I
also haven't
don't
been
know
clicking
anyway.
anything, Bean. I was clicking things. If I click like anything in the studio, it could boot everybody again. I don't know. You remember that lollipop, Diane? Yes, somebody remembers it. Yes. Now I'm seeing the comments on Rumble. Cool, cool. It looks like locals. Diane's on locals. Yeah, guys, go over to locals if you want. I don't know if I can even do the door prize today. I'm defeated on that, but um, we got 7 people on the Facebook, so we probably can still. Um, I still got to make a game for this Sunday. That's kind of an indulgence for me. Is taking time away from what I should be doing, which is growing more fucking vegetables and going and be like, I like games. I'm a gamer. I played video games. I liked that kind of stuff, and now I get to be the like game creator, and that's fun in itself. That's got its own sort of rewards because it's a little bit of work. I get that payoff. I get that sort of fulfillment, or what's the word I was trying to think of? It's I get anyway. There's a word, but yeah, I get that feeling of completion. There's another word. There's another word. Feeling of like when you get something, get your work done. Anyway,
Satisfaction.
yes, satisfaction. That's the
Yeah.
word. Yeah, yeah. But it's at the same time, it's like, do I really need to be doing that? Like, there are programs, there are games, other places I could find other ways to play games without having to create them. But I get to indulge, and honestly, it's fun watching people play the game because the first time I play it, shit might not work at all. Like things, like the rules might not work out right, and people or sometimes they get upset because something didn't seem fair. I'm like, look, if you want to help make these games with me, like that's fine, but I could also not do that. I think it's fun though. I think eventually, I could have a team of game makers that work on it, when I have all the monies, you know. But I do know people. I've met a few other people that make board games as like one of their pastimes, or even professionally, and there's a big market in that for some reason still. There's a lot of game shops and where they go, they have like a back room where they'll do tournaments and they play like card games, Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and freaking Warhammer 40K, and there's like a bunch of tabletop games. They play this. There's a new card game from Disney. Talk about money sink because Disney's got so many characters they can work from, but it's a card game. I forget what it's called, but it's like Magic the Gathering, but with Disney characters, like hundreds of them.
I saw
And
something coming out from Disney, something about the big card game like that they're trying to push.
It's out there. It's what the hell is it called? Anyway, I've seen it at the
Collector
card shops.
series.
Yeah, well, they're also it's the way they work is they new cards come out all the time, and they come out with new decks or new not decks but new blocks of cards. Like they'll call it they'll call it something like a whatever set of cards, and then you have to buy that, and then you have to be up to date in order to be in the tournaments, and that makes you have to keep buying new cards. Imagine like poker tournaments where they like you constantly had to buy new cards in order to be involved. Although you pay for that anyway, so I guess that's different. But um,
Yeah,
although
You
it's
pay
like a
for
club.
every
It's just like you gotta keep buying the new stuff to be involved in the club.
yeah, it's also like a money scheme. Like it's a you can play like so for Magic the Gathering, for instance. I had actually cards from that, and you can play a style. You can play a type of game where you can use all cards from all generations, but you can't do that if you're planning to go out and play professionally or in a tournament of any kind. They're going to make it. It's going to most likely it's going to be the like current block of cards. So you have to make sure you have whatever the current block is at that time. Um, and that is the way that the company is like pumping money out of people. Like it's just such a scheme. But it's also a collector's type of thing. So think about a lot of it. Some indulgences can be a payoff, can be like maybe not work or not your job, but it could be something that you can make money on. So let me try to think of some besides trading cards or collecting things. Collecting things, I
Uh,
guess. A lot of collecting
did
things.
you look up the similarity
Definition.
between a vice and
I'm
indulgence?
afraid to because I don't want to boot everybody, but I do have the I can't see you guys because I'm on a different screen, but I do have the um, definition here for indulge. Uh, Interactive verb to yield to, in parentheses, a desire or whim, and then it says gratify, to gratify. Indulge a craving for chocolate. So indulging isn't always about cravings. So I guess so we're getting into this here because indulging a craving is really what we're shortening it mostly to say indulge, but it might be a slightly different meaning. To yield to the desires or whims of someone, often excessively. Okay. So you can
Yeah,
that's when you indulge, like I can indulge you or I can indulge someone else.
so
Synonym or go ahead.
the key differences between a indulgence and a vice is indulgence becomes a vice when it's habitual, excessive, or harmful.
I was gonna say earlier that I don't look at like say someone shooting up heroin as indulging, you know?
Yeah,
That's
Like
not
that's
indulging.
right.
That's more along the lines of a
That's a
vice.
vice.
Vice
Right.
is
That's what he just said or he just read the
yeah,
def
you're
or the
harming yourself at
differences.
that point.
Right, right. So I didn't even think about this meaning of indulge is to pamper someone else. I'm indulging someone else. It's a different. That's why indulging a craving is different than indulging a person. Like that means like I want to just do whatever you say or something, or like I'll you know capitulate. Oh man, I need a drink. Let's see. Number 3 says Roman Catholic Church to grant an aesthetical. No, that's not that. Ecclesiastical.
ecclesiastical.
Ecclesiastical. Yeah, yeah. Indulgence or dispensation. Dispensation to.
You
Wow.
use indulge someone else in a sentence.
So Bean wanted me to, uh, you know, take him to the mall, and so I indulged
Indulge
him.
the masses. You indulge the masses. All right, never mind.
I was giving you one.
I'm like, I never heard it used like that. Like,
Like, okay, or like how I would respond and I would say, I'll indulge you, but I don't say it. I don't use
It's
it
just
like
like
that.
when you guys start talking about all your, and what do you call it, your conspiracy theory mumbo jumbo.
You don't indulge us on that one.
Sometimes I do
Okay.
okay, yeah, all right.
for about 2 seconds, and then it's like, okay, you guys are so full of shit. It's like
all
I
right.
can't stand it anymore.
If your woman wants to go watch one of them stupid scary movies, you might indulge her. You know what I mean?
All right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna get some more
Yeah.
water. You guys watch Sprout for me.
Like, just didn't hit the ear right. All right.
Yeah, I don't think many people use it that way. I probably heard it in like a drama show or something like that.
What, indulging someone?
Yeah, to say it, like use it in a conversation.
Just the
Probably
way it was
not
said,
like that,
go to
dude.
someone else.
People that use bigger language probably do.
Yeah, I hate
Like
those
I
people.
tell my students sometimes, like I have this kid in one of my classes, and he's wicked smart. He's gifted, and he's
Wicked
very,
smart.
very super intelligent dude. He's on the very high. He's autistic, but he's very high functioning autistic, and his sarcasm. I mean, he's just funny. He's just smart and he's funny and like anyway. He he's a behavior problem because he's so stinking smart that he gets bored. And if he doesn't see the functionality of something, you aren't going to move that kid. And so we have this class, the class that I have him in, it's not a special ed class, but we've gone to this class at the end of the day where we're going to be doing this reading and math program to boost our reading and math scores. And so it's not up and running. It won't be up and running until after next week. So I have these fucking kids. I have 20 kids and trying to keep them from, keep them behaving is stressful. So I'm having them work on this program that we used last year called Lexia. And I figured, if I could get them in there, it would help them with the regression that all kids have over the summer. Well, this little fucker knows that that the material that they're covering is last year's material in this program. It's a computer program because he's fucking got a photographic memory. And so he refuses to do it. And so there's a lot of indulgence on my part with him because he has unpleasant behaviors to deal with. And because he's autistic, he'll get in a pattern with those behaviors. And it's like, I don't need a fucking pattern and then have a year of hell with this kid sitting like a mule on everything that we do in this class. So it's just been
That's
indulgent.
that's probably the better way to use this topic anyway, because we're sitting here trying to split hairs and find the difference between vices and indulging yourself, and I was trying to put my finger on it earlier when I read the definition, but it says you indulge a craving, so it's the craving that we're having for whatever it is, ice cream or heroin, I don't know, but then and then it's up to us whether we decide to entertain it, which would be indulging that craving. And so we use it kind of wrong, where we shorten it up and say, I'm indulging and I take that shot or whatever. Like, it's just one of those, it's just another thing in the damn English language that we started like messing, like we just forgot how to use it properly. There's so many words and like turns of phrase that we don't even use the way it was ever meant to be used now. It's crazy. I can't think of
Sometimes
any other good
people do.
examples. Yeah.
They say we indulged in too many drinks last night.
Yeah, but that's still indulging in their craving of too many drinks, which sounds just like a lot more words, I guess. Too many
That's why
words.
it's always important to go back to the root and figure out what the word actually is.
That's why I like doing that on the shows, because it's like, okay, let's break it down and find out the original. And some things come from Latin meanings, and there's that whole like rabbit hole we could go down, but that's not necessary for the English meaning.
Well, the English language is a gutter language. It's made up
How
of
dare you?
it's made up of pieces, parts of
Yeah,
the other language. And honestly, I would say the vast majority of our languages are Germanic. Like French. French is a Germanic language. It's also a Latinate language, but it was first a Germanic language. It became Latinate when I can't think of his name, but it was Charlemagne's father or grandfather. I can't remember which one. Um,
Parliament. Oh, that's different.
no, when his father or grandfather or whoever it was, one of the predecessors of the King of France, early on became involved. They became Christianized, and the only Christian religion back then was Catholic. And Charlemagne was hugely Catholic. Like they were the ones that turned that whole realm. And at the time of all of this, that realm expanded for most of Europe. So at one time, France was this huge expanse of Europe, and they Christianized it. So that's when, probably around that time, that the Germanic language of the tribe, because if you look at that French,
Did
the
it
French,
mix with Latin at that time?
huh?
Did Latin and Germanic mix, or which one was first? Wasn't it Latin?
Well, Germanic languages are ancient, but they weren't spoken down in Europe because it wasn't until the Germanic tribes started infiltrating down
The
into Europe.
Vikings.
Well, it wasn't just the Vikings. There were Germanic people that were not Vikings.
Oh, the barbarians.
Well, but see, the Vikings were considered barbarians as well. So it was all Germanic people got lumped into being barbarians.
That's why I said it.
But so it's really hard to tell what language dated what language, honestly. Um, but
Is that you with a torch? Okay.
but
Oh, it was
originally
like a plane or something. Go ahead, Kim.
originally those Germanic languages, they were ancient languages, and that's what those Germanic tribes spoke, were those Germanic dialects. And it was when, those French really started intermingling with, Rome, when they became Christianized, that you started seeing those Germanic languages um, taking on, becoming more Latinate, because French is considered a Latinate language because it's Latin based, and it's an ancient language that predates most other Italian languages or dialects, but
I think
it's a language that died essentially, except for the
right.
Catholic Church using it.
I think a lot of is it medical terminology all comes from Latin,
Well,
and scientific terminology.
I think most of our prefixes, most if not all of our prefixes and suffixes are
Right.
Latin.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
And there's a lot of Latin root words that, but by and large, our language, it's a gutter language. It's pieces, parts of everything, that
Just
we're
like our
saying.
food in our country.
Well, and the reason for that is because you had so many people, prior to the Romans conquering so much of Europe, you had all of these tribal people, ancient tribal people. And the Romans came in and they conquered and they took over, and they brought the Roman ways with them. And so the languages kind of developed along, you know, Latin lines, I guess you could say. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of languages probably adopted parts from other languages. Think about like Portuguese
Oh,
is kind
yeah.
of like such a combination of different languages. It is crazy how there's so many. Like if you go to like Africa, you'll find if you go to where the white settlements are in Africa, you'll find English and Dutch. So there's two different kinds of white people there.
Mhm.
It's like you have a whole different language. It's funny. And you can actually go into Brazil and find whole communities of German people because of the Nazis that fled Germany at the end of World War II. Pretty
Well,
crazy.
it's crazy because you think of the English as being, you know, a homogenous culture, and truly, the British people, with the exception of maybe the Scottish, the Irish, and the Welsh, um, most of them are Germanic. Because of all the Germanic tribes that came in, the Angles and the Saxons, and I can't think of who all, but there was a lot of Germanic people that came in and they conquered into those areas and they interbred. Like
Oh yeah, now we're talking. Now we got okay. Now you
my
got my
family, my family through on my dad's side through my great grandmother were the Plantagenets or Plantagenet. I don't know how you say their last name.
plantationists. Oh,
No, their last name was Plantagenet or something like that. I don't know exactly how you enunciate it,
wow.
but Henry VIII was a Plantagenet.
I'm
Or
Henry the Eighth. I am. Oh, sorry.
he came from the Tudor side of the Plantagenet family,
She said
but
tutor.
Tudor, not tutor.
Oh, my bad.
Tudor, Tudor. But they were from Burgundy. They were French. And if you look in their lineage, I know this because this is my family tree. And you look in the lineage, and it goes all the way back to these very ancient Germanic kings. So they're all
Well,
German.
I
And so
see.
there's a lot of German words in the English language because of the German influence, because they were conquered by all those people. And the same with the French, the same with Germany. Hello, Mother Germany. Germany wasn't considered part of Europe. It wasn't part of the Roman Empire either. That
Mother
was a land
Germany.
of barbarians if you ever look at some of those ancient maps.
Well, Kim, I've indulged you long enough. I want. I just want to say that American English has got to be different than Britain English, because American English we definitely pull words from all over the place and make them English. Like
Well, we have
shit, I
different.
can't think of any, but there's a lot of French words that now we say in English, like
Well,
deja vu, like deja vu. We don't say it like that, but we just say deja vu. Go ahead.
well, I'm sure that they have deja vu, but there's British.
No, it's a French. It's a okay. Yes, it's a French word, and it came from France, and we just never changed it. And now it's an American English word or phrase. I say. What else should I say? Oh,
Is not an American English word. That's French.
there's no word. There's no word for it. So we say deja vu.
Well, yeah, there probably is a word for it, but it just isn't recognized because deja vu is actually probably a phrase. If you were to look, I don't know. Have you ever looked up what deja vu means?
It well, I mean, just my meaning in my head, it means to have to go through something that you have the weird feeling like you have been there before or done that thing before.
I know what
Uh,
deja vu is, but
there's no
there's
other word for it.
well, yeah, but I would bet you $1,000,000 that if you looked up the etymology of that word, that it's French.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah,
It's from
but
France.
it's not American.
That's my point, Kim, is that in America we use a lot of words from other countries
But
interchangeably and actually like almost like regular like it's part of our language. There's
we
probably a lot of Hispanic words we use that are, you know,
culture. Oh, we do. We culturally
I mean, you
appropriate.
would down there. I'm talking all over the country.
Yeah, we culturally appropriate stuff.
Yeah,
And
it's the highest form of flattery, they
and
say.
and, and the technical term for that is code switching.
I don't mean it like that though. I'm talking about things where we just in general use
Yeah,
that phrase. Deja vu is the best one I can think of, but
yeah.
anyway. Um, that is well, okay. Let's get back to the topic here, and we were talking about fun being fun. Like, well, what do we do to have fun? Well, sometimes that looks a lot different from one person to the next. Like it could be fun in the sun. Being
Yeah, I
let's
definitely
can we
overindulged
see it?
this past weekend. I don't know if the lights way to
Oh
allow
my
it.
God! Oh
I thought that was the genie trying to come out your head.
I look like I have leprosy.
yeah, there it is. You look like one of the ladies on that
Better be
movie
careful
with
out in the sun like that.
what was the movie with Bruce Willis where he has like his wife and his mistress and they both took some kind of drug where they live forever and but yet their skin starts peeling off and he has to keep fixing it.
That's
Um,
nasty. What
it's
it?
called it's a Bruce Willis movie. It's a great movie. It's got like
Sounds
Bette
great.
Midler and um,
Well, that sounds real great. Your wife never dies, but her skin peels off. Ew.
Your fingers start falling off and stuff.
Right. Ew.
well the whole point is to have like beauty forever. Um, uh, let's see.
Yeah, I made sure that
Death becomes her. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to rush right out and see that.
It's such a good movie.
I
It's
thought that
funny
was
though.
Michael. I
It's
thought
a
that was Michael
comedy.
Keaton.
No, it's with Bruce Willis, and he basically the women want like they as they start to get older they want like beauty forever, and they go to this lady, this secret lady that actually has a thing that you can take, and you spend a bunch of money, and anyway you get beautiful, but then like you still start to rot as a corpse, even though you're beautiful. Like it was a whole thing. And he like patches of their face would come off, and they'd have to like they'd glue it back up or whatever, and like
Oh,
yeah, it was. And then they had eventually fought each other because they both were rivals. Anyway, you'd have to see it, but
I don't know, but I'm about to go take myself to work, so I'm fulfilled and indulge in coffee when I get off.
that's not
So
gonna fulfill you though, Elisa. What fulfills you before what's it like? Is it obviously good moments with Dill? But let's take Dill out of this. So that's what you would probably go straight to. What else is it like? Just like a good cup of coffee and a joint, or is it? I know you like to help people. You always work in the caring field, and I bet you that's a bit of fulfillment in your mind. That
oh yeah.
that's got to be a big portion. But you have a good night, and thanks for coming up. Even though it's such a weird night for you guys to come up again because of all the craziness. Like no one even saw the like. There's a few people here now, but I didn't do any of the tagging or anything on the second live stream, so we should have stayed on the first one, Kim.
yeah.
Anyway,
Taking
thanks,
care of
thanks.
people is very fulfilling too. Warms your
Yeah,
heart. You feel good. Everybody should help hear from people.
yeah.
Some one way or some another. All
I,
right. Good night.
good night.
Good night.
She makes a good point though, because
she took Kim with
indulging
her.
others can be as simple as helping them out. Like, hey, Bean's like, hey, I'm putting this garden. Can you help me out? Like, I don't know what it even means, but I'll help you out. And then that's me indulging him, but also getting a little bit of like spiritual fulfillment. I don't know, maybe. Go ahead, Bean. I thought
I
you
just
had
said
said
she
something.
took Kim with her.
Yep, she took Kim with her. Yeah, like sucked her
I'm
right
not.
out.
I'm right here. Can you see me?
Yes, but you got booted at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to share in the number wheel to at least get my subscriber wheel done. It doesn't sound like it's a good idea, but I'm going to try. And I will attempt to do a local stream after this. Okay, it worked. It looks like maybe they fixed it. Rumble support. Hi there. We are receiving your request, and that's just them saying that they'll be back. They'll get back to me at one point. All right, let's go to the wheel. Which wheel is it? This wheel. Remove all the names. Yeah, you try to have a well produced show, and the universe is against you. All right, so number 5, number 12, and number 14 have all been picked this week. I don't know how many numbers. Let's see if I can look at it while we're still on. Kim got booted. She's getting booted as I'm trying to push buttons. Jeez, such a pain in the butt. I'm glad I got to all the numbers I needed to for this month. Okay, 16 of them. Okay, we need 16 numbers, not 15. Well, thanks for coming up, Bean. It's been kind of a crapshoot, but it was. I definitely think we could have gotten more into this topic, but I'm just afraid to really do anything. Go looking up stuff or.
Yeah.
It's annoying as hell. I mean, we were getting booted nonstop earlier, but now it seems like they may have possibly fixed it. I don't know. Anyway, good luck, guys. Thank you for subscribing. If you want to get in on game night, you want to get on this wheel here 4 times a week, 4 chances a week. You just have to be a subscriber at theindoorfarmer.locals.com. Let's go. Yes, like he said. We. All right. Say again.
That's my dog. She's like
I know.
fits over there because she's behind the gate. Can't come into this room because she fucking is OCD, and one of the cats is in here. My Frady cat, and it's like she sits there and stares. She will sit in front of this chair and she will stare at this cat nonstop the whole time. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, Kayla had Goldie Hawn in it too. It wasn't Bette Midler. It was Goldie Hawn and another gal. But Goldie Hawn was older than this other gal, and so she wanted to become young and beautiful again to compete. But then the younger gal started getting older too, and so that she takes the drug too, and they're both in the same boat. It's just crazy. All right, number 10. Number 10. I think we booted Kim out maybe again. Let me just read this. Bruce Willis appears in the 1992 film Death Becomes Her, where he plays Ernest Menville. He plays such a tool. He's such a just like a schmub, like a I don't know. I made up a word for him, schmub. But yeah, he definitely seems like a schlub. Like he's like a pushover. You know, both women just have him by the balls, basically. Play a character who becomes entangled in a complex relationship with 2 women. Madeline Ashton. Okay, Meryl Streep. That's the other person I was trying to think of. And Helen Sharp, who's Goldie Hawn. The film revolves around a magic potion that grants eternal youth, leading to unexpected and surreal consequences for the characters involved. It's actually a comedy, Kim. It's actually not like as freaky as you might think. It's funny. The movie Ernest initially is he's a mortician. It's funny, so that's why he's able to keep patching them up all the time because he's a mortician. So he keeps using like morgue glue and that kind of stuff. Becomes an alcoholic after his marriage. Madeline deteriorates. The film explores themes of aging, immortality, and the complexity of human relationships. But they don't talk about the best part, which is we'll have to watch the trailer over on Locals in a little while. All right, so back to the wheel. We can go to find out who that is in a little bit. Let me set up I want to set up the door prize anyway for whoever is here right now. You're the real ones. You're my favorites. Timothy, I see you come in on what are you on the Rumble? Is that what you commented on? I'm afraid to look if I click this. Yes. As soon as I clicked the live chat, nope. If it was there, it's gone now because when I refresh my screen, all of the live chat is just gone. It's so crazy. All right. Well, I guess I'll share the wheel back in. Hopefully, it works. Okay. Yes. Timothy, I saw you from coming in from some freaking where. So let's see if it's over here. I can't do
Maybe they're
shit.
trying to throw it.
Okay, now I have the Rumble chat open and the Facebook chat open. See if I can share the wheel back in without getting booted. Yeah, fuck it. We're not doing a door prize tonight, guys. I just got booted. I keep getting booted every time I try to do it, so it's not happening. Not happening for all the 4 people here or whatever. Thank you guys for trying, but yeah, when we left the first time, we lost everybody. All right. So Ernest, run the show when we're gone.
Yeah, I had a lot of close-ups tonight.
There's no show. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here because this is just annoying. I will head over to locals though for a bit. Dean, if you want to join for a minute, you're welcome.
Emulate. Yeah, until you get into the room there. Probably jump up then.
I gotta do the same thing. I'm gonna go live on locals and just start playing music, and I can keep my headphones on, and I'll send you the link, but I'll just stay on. All right, guys, go to theindoorfarmer.locals.com. Thank you all very much. It's been a crapshoot. Hopefully, you'll go and hit the buttons on the Rumble anyway. Help us out. Bean had a lot of close-ups. She said, "Yeah." Kim, that's been a crazy night. We'll see you next week. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll talk about that later. I'm going to get out of here. I'm ready to get out of here and go to locals and go indulge myself. Anyway,
I'm ready to go to bed and make memes.
Memes?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Oh, yeah. I guess we were on for half an hour before this one, so we'll see you later, Kim. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Game night on Sunday, 10 a.m. Central Time. Game night all day, they call it. And we'll be on locals right now. Peace.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Waylon the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission.